Ziad Makhzoumi is the CEO of Prime Consulting. He is an award-winning, celebrated CFO, CEO, business leader, and value creator. He was the CFO of Arabtech and most recently as the CEO of Faqih IVF. Ziad has a master's degree from Manchester Business School. Getting jobs in this market is extremely difficult. The MENA region needs 100 million jobs over the next 10 years. So jobs may not be the future solution, but what do you do to either get yourself ready for a job in terms of your muscles to make yourself relevant, or going into entrepreneurship? What are your thoughts in terms of first readiness and secondly jobs versus entrepreneurship?
I think both require a different attitude approach. The knowledge skill base is important in both, but an employer will hire you because of your attitude, not just your skill. If you're ready to learn and train. When I was in Booz, for the first 6 months, we'd be sent on training every 2 months or so to give us the skills that we don't have. Because although you might have an MBA or a PhD in something, you don't meet the requirements of what the real world wants, because we have lots of theories and generalities. What is important is to go and find out what is needed. For example, now, if you ask me what should schools teach, I think they should teach Chinese because the market is East, for example, instead of just, let's learn Spanish, which there's nothing wrong with Spanish, but if you're not going to work in South America, Spanish probably is not the first choice for you if you're in the Middle East. If you look at what is being offered, if you go to a cyclical business like contracting, we know it's affected by the market. So if you're going to spend 3 or 4 years or 5 years being an engineer or an architect and you miss the cycle, then probably you'll be out of work for about 2 years till they pick you up. So it's a matter of planning and mapping and trying to have an intersection on what is the best timing is. The knowledge of content is becoming important. Managing content is very important. So you can do a degree in geography, but you become maybe an expert on social media in geography and not just write an article that is published. The world is changing. We are connected. We're virtual. Everything is online one way or another. And services could be obtained online. Even, for example, you do counseling online now. And some of the business I am working on, eventually it'll be medical diagnostic online, because technically you can put a bit of saliva on it and we give you the modem and you just link to your iPhone and we can do a complete profile on you. We do it now by taking a sample itself, so we're cutting down the lab time and so on. So as you can see, the world is becoming disconnected. Being physically in a place is important, but not as important, depending what you have to offer. If you want to fix a car, you cannot fix it online. So if you want to be a car fixer, fine. But remember, everything now is related to a service. So if you want to survive, you have to learn how to provide a service inside the organization or outside the organization in that sense. If you want to be an employee, I think it's a good idea to learn the tricks, but I think eventually we all become entrepreneurs. Otherwise, we cannot survive because we get old, we're not as agile as we used to be, we become too expensive on the balance sheet. So they have to replace us. So none of us are indispensable. So my advice is find out what is needed. The market needs new businesses and it supports new business. It is really a service-oriented. We're not a heavy industrial community. Therefore, don't go in and design heavy machinery unless you want to manufacture somewhere else, but then the Chinese can do it cheaper than you. So you have to look at things that is realistic.